Buddha's meditation, Anapanasati. Anapanasati is mindfulness of breathing. It is not difficult meditation practice at all. Anapanasati practice involves observing the breath, dividing it into inhalation and exhalation. When you inhale, you say to yourself, I am breathing in. When you exhale, you say to yourself, I am breathing out. You feel the breath coming in and out of your nose. And you observe the length, depth, and location of the breath. Anapanasati can lead to the following benefits. 1. Happy and peaceful mind. 2. Reduced stress and anxiety. 3. Improved concentration and insight. It doesn't require any special equipment or location. You can sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and feel the breath coming in and out. During practice, other thoughts and feelings may arise. When this happens, simply observe the thoughts and feelings without judgment, and return to the breath. Regular practice of Anapanasati is important. Anapanasati can be divided into 16 steps that are getting deeper gradually. Steps 1 to 4 are concentration practice. Steps 5 to 12 are concentration and insight practice. Steps 13 to 16 are insight practice. Now, let's begin the practice from the first to the fourth. 1. Breathing in long. He knows, I am breathing in long. Breathing out long. He knows, I am breathing out long. 2. Breathing in short. He knows, I am breathing in short. Breathing out short. He knows, I am breathing out short. 3. Experiencing the whole body of breath. I am breathing in. Thus he trains himself. Experiencing the whole body of breath. I am breathing out. Thus he trains himself. 4. Calming the bodily formation. I am breathing in. Thus he trains himself. Calming the bodily formation. I am breathing out. Thus he trains himself. 5. These first 4 stages of practice are the observation of the breath in the body. Now, we will begin the second 4 stages of practice, which are the observation of the breath in the feelings. By continuously observing the breath as it is long, short, flowing, and calming down, the body and mind will gradually become calm. This will lead to feelings of joy, like a person wandering in the desert, who finds an oasis, and happiness, like drinking fresh water, and quenching one's thirst. Now, let's begin the second part of the Anapanasati practice, the feeling meditation that is from step 5 to step 8. 5. Experiencing joy. I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Experiencing joy. I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 6. Experiencing happiness. I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Experiencing happiness. I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 7. Experiencing the mental formation. I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Experiencing the mental formation. I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 8. Calming the mental formation. I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. calming the mental formation, I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. We will now begin the third part, the observation of the breath in the mind. Awareness of the mind is the practice of observing the thoughts that arise in relation to the breath. As we continuously contemplate these thoughts, we become aware of the presence of a mind state that is filled with joy and happiness, free from greed and anger. As we experience this beneficial state of mind, we rejoice in it and become even more concentrated, and we finally reach the jhana, or absorption. Now, let us begin the mindfulness of the mind practice, continuing to observe the breath. 9. Experiencing the mind, I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Experiencing the mind, I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 10. Pleasing the mind, I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Pleasing the mind, I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 11. Concentrating the mind, I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Concentrating the mind, I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 12. Releasing the mind, I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Releasing the mind, I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 'To release the mind means to let go of the attachment of the mind that was the cause of all suffering. It is to realize that everything is just a temporary phenomenon that arises and disappears, like the breath that is inhaled and exhaled, and we escape from the shackles of attachment, which is the fetter of the mind. The mind is like a field where all kinds of plants grow. We can plant beautiful flowers in the field of our mind, or we can let thorny bushes and weeds grow. Last 4 stages of the Anapanasati 16-stage practice. The observation of the Dhamma is to clearly observe that everything is impermanent and not eternal, while observing the breath that arises and passes away. In this way, we let go of the foolish attachment that is the cause of suffering. And finally, all craving is let go and we enjoy true liberation. The practice is done as follows, with a mind that is calm and concentrated, not dwelling on feelings of joy and happiness. 13. Observing impermanence, I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Observing impermanence, I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 14. Observing dispassion, I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Observing dispassion, I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 15. Observing cessation, I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Observing cessation, I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. 16. Observing relinquishment, I will breathe in. Thus he trains himself. Observing relinquishment, I will breathe out. Thus he trains himself. These are the 16 stages of Anapanasati practice. All beings inevitably inevitably experience the suffering of birth, aging, illness, and death. This suffering is caused by the defilements of greed, anger, and delusion. All the noble ones have taught that true happiness can be achieved when we seek compassion, love, and wisdom, not greed, hatred, and delusion. And we clearly understand that this is the truth. The path to wisdom and happiness is open before us. As the Buddha said, we must strive diligently without being lazy. Be happy and peaceful with mindfulness of breath, which is always with us.